Hi, I'm Kamakshay. I've been creating a series of webcasts on Java programming. It's not exactly Java programming, it is data science with Java programming. So essentially, I'm going to talk about how to process data, like, data given in. But the interesting point in this playlist is that I'm going to demonstrate using ChatGPT. So today, we don't need to be worried about syntax. Syntax is there everywhere, but so we are going to use ChatGPT as an assistant, and so I'm going to open ChatGPT, ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask. By using a few prompts, like this is my. You see that you are logged in, so that your ChatGPT will be a bit efficient compared to uh, using it without signing. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, give me a demo class for printing. Mm, um, Not printing. Give me a Java program to make arithmetic calculations. Okay, let me stop here. Now let's see what's going to happen. So, see, this is a basic arithmetic calculator. Yeah, good. So here, the ChatGPT gave me the code, and this code is just one single class. So in Java, what happens is that so it is an object-oriented programming language. So everything starts with a class. So everything is a class here. Unlike in Python it is not a class. We just start writing. It's an interpreter-based language, but it is a compiler. Java is a compiler-based language. So this class is this arithmetic calculator is a class. That's okay, fine. But this is called identifier. This is identified as public, which means anybody from anywhere can make use of this class if it is available to them. So it is all the assets inside this class are going to be public, something like that. And apart from public, you can ask the questions: what is public in Java class? If I, it will let you know, like what are the different. It is an. I'm sorry, it is not an identifier. It is an access modifier. Used to define the visibility of classes, methods, constructors, and variables. These are all various things we do create in Java language. So what does public mean? When a class or its members are marked as public, they are accessible from anywhere, from any other class, even from other side. So, for instance, if you have two different classes, so if those classes are public, then things which we define inside those classes will be accessible to each of them from the other. Something like this. So this is a demonstration. I'm going back to my present, because I don't have time. I just have to explain too many things within very few video casts. So here, the very first statement, that is import Java util scanner. This is an import. It is a requirement for this class to perform arithmetic calculations. So this scanner is a class inside. This is actually a basic class. This class is available. Everything is a class in Java. I told you already. So we'll be just using one class in another class, multiple classes in across the classes or within the classes or beyond the classes or something like that. So everything is a class. Now we are importing a class called Java. Okay, and this class we are trying to utilize inside. So what is this going to do? As I have said, arithmetic calculator is a public class, and then there is, you need at least one method, and that should be a main method in Java. So this method is actually an entry point for entire logic that we are going to define. We can also put the whole logic within this method, and we can have this logic beyond, outside this method, and we can use this logic within this method. So we need one method at least. You can have many methods, that's a different thing. and that minimum one method, that must be a main method. So method is defined in this way: public static void main. Void means this method is not going to return anything; it just prints. Okay, that is how we are going to. And now the string is nothing but an array. So whenever the string is also a class actually. It is a data type. So whatever we are going to process inside this main method are essentially of string type, and those outputs which are you know created by processing the data are also printed as in the form of string. And aux is actually a method, it accepts data only through arguments. Aux stands for arguments, so there may be, so here this main method is going to handle certain arguments which are of the type string. So actually we'll tell the students to by heart the statement public void. We call it as PSVM, something like that. Okay, there is a shortcut also associated with this. Now, so we have a class called arithmetic calculator in which we have a method which is a static void method. All are public. And now we are calling the scanner class here. This is called initialization or instantiation. So this is a class. We are instantiating this class with an object called scanner. I told you the Java is an object-oriented programming language. We are creating everything. We use these classes only by instantiating them by objects, by creating objects. So we are creating an object called scanner, which is an instance of this class scanner. You see, this is capital S and this is small s. Okay, we need to show some distinction between a class and a variable. This is just an object, and we are trying to provide a name for the object. And you can call it as A. It doesn't matter. Because scanner is equal to new scanner. This is system in, which means it is going to accept the arguments. So we can provide some numbers, and it scans those numbers and then enter first number. You see scanner next double. So this is going to ask for double. That is going to be number 1, and next again it is second number, scanner next double, that is number 2, and now it prints. Okay. Okay, so it is asking for an operator. So which calculation you want to do? Is it going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, something like that? Okay, so based on your input, so this operator is being read as a character. This is another data type in Java. So char is another, it is not a class as such, but it is a primitive data type. Okay. So the operation which we are trying to read, or this program is going to read using scanner next char is 0. So this is read as a character, and that operator is saved in this variable operation or object operation. So this is result 0, which we are just now, this is for output. We are going to process those two numbers and add, subtract, multiply, and the result will be saved in this, and it is going to be double. And then boolean value true or not, this is for logic purposes. Now switch, here it is used the switch case constructor. This is one of the, we simply call them as methods. So switch operation, based on if the operation is plus, then add the numbers, break. Then case, if it is minus, subtract, break. If it is multiplication, multiply, break. And division, if num2 is not equal to 0. Okay, otherwise what happens, there will be an error. So for instance, num1 is 2 and num2 is 0. It's 2 divided by 0, there will be an error. If it is not 0, then divide those two numbers. Else what? Error, division by 0 is not allowed. Something like system println is, we are not ejecting it as an error, but so valid is going to be false. That is actually a flag that we are creating here. Okay, and break this default. So after all this, by default, what should I invalid operator? If the operator is anything other than these four, set of these four, then it should be able to print some message like it is not valid, something else. If valid, true. I mean, if it is not false, if it is not false here, if everything goes well, then we are going to print the result. And how is it? I'm copying this. This is going back to my now. So here I need this. I think. So here I think yeah, I copy this from here. Okay, let me come here and I paste here. Now what happens, I'll try to change. So I want this inside this test class, right? I don't want this. So from here, I need everything. First let me, I make the import here, and then from here, select until here, X. So now you see my main class is there as it is. I just made a few changes, that's it, nothing else. And now I don't want this. Now my code is ready and I don't have any errors here. If I have any error, I'll have red color wiggly line under, for instance, if there is error here, I'll have red color wiggly line under that. Now save. So as we know what is the logic inside, now I'm going to, you see here green color run test is there, right? So we can just press this, or I always try to do run as. Okay, now enter first number, I want to press 2, enter second number, then I want to press 3. And now what is the operator? I want to press plus, I want to, yeah, it is 5. Okay, that's it, over. Now one more time, now this time I'm going to, I press this, now this time 1.5, because it is double, right? Double means a decimal number. Now this time is going to be 12.5. Now I want multiplication. Yeah, it is 18.75, something like this. So this is how we try to create Java programs and run them in Eclipse editor. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the new video.